Hey, what is up today, guys? This is Ronster1082, and I'm gonna bring you guys some MLB The Show. And I don't know, this is a live com, and basically this is the third episode in the series, and this is one of the only live comps I'm probably gonna be able to do, just because there is a lot of information on to this subject, and it's basically something that I want to talk about, and it's my night off, so it's going to be a long week next week. I have to work. I'm off tonight or tomorrow, I guess, which will be. Well, I guess it will be today. I'm off when I upload this, and then let's see. The next day I work Friday, then I'm off Saturday. But then I work Sunday through Thursday. So, and I'm actually starting to work 8 to 4 now, 8 to 4:30, something like that. It just kind of depends on what we need and everything. Like, we just opened our new shop, and it's pretty much, it's pretty hectic right now, and it's nothing's in place, and it's a new shop, so it's really nice, but the fact that there's absolutely nothing in the system and all that good jazz, it's just a very frustrating, I guess, time to be there right now, just because of the fact that there's just nothing at all in the system, and you can't, like, whenever you write up a work order for some guy and he says, this is what I got on the truck, it's actually in the building, it's just not in the system. It's a very frustrating, 5 or 6 minutes there to figure out. You call up your boss and say, hey, bud, this is what's going on, and this is what I need you to do. And, I mean, Mike is my manager and everything, and he's pretty good at it, and he ends up working out, and how was that a ball? Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about, other than this little rant about work, is the new Call of Duty, Call of Duty Ghost, and what it looks like on the Xbox One. The Xbox One. Now, whenever, I thought the conference was at like 4 or 5 o'clock at night, and I thought I was going to be at work. But the case happens to be is that it was at like noon Eastern time, or noon my time, like 1 Eastern time, and I missed it. So I just went on GameSpot, I believe is the name of it. Anyway, it was a video on YouTube, and all you have to do to look up the conference if you missed it is look up, I guess, Xbox One reveal. And the Xbox One reveal should pop up, and it should be, I don't know, there's like, you gotta go to the one that says full conference, not, like, there's a lot of like breakdown videos and what they believe about it, and like, really, those breakdown videos are almost as long as the actual video itself, so there really isn't that much of a point. And Corey Hart, you are way ahead of that circle change, bro. One thing I've noticed is I wish there was some, I wish there was a, wow, why did you swing at that? I wish there was some kind of way in this game to hold the ball and it determine how fast or how slow you pitch it. I know there's a analog control system that you can do, but it's, I don't know, I don't really like it. But just in the like a timing situation, like I hold X now and let go right before I let go, and I'm gonna throw it really hard. Or, oh, did he really? Oh man, error. If I give up a run because of that guy. So that's one thing I wanted. This game has a very, very bad code for the sound. for example, if like it goes to a cutscene and they start talking, like not like this particular cutscene, but say a cutscene in the middle of a pitching, and it goes to a cutscene, and they say blah de blah blah, and I skip that cutscene. What happens is the audio sometimes will mess up. Like I'll pitch the ball, and if you listen, it'll probably happen in this game. If you hear it, it hits the bat, which in that case I was kind of bad. I was hoping you miss. But if it hits the catcher's mitt, you hear like a pop in the catcher's mitt. And when it happens, like see right here, they'll talk about us. And if I skip this, sometimes, I don't know if it'll do it right now, but let me see. Hold on. Let's see. No, it didn't. I don't know. So sometimes it's more or less when they do like the show motion where they show you the pitch and how you hold the ball and stuff like that. Normally that's when it does it, and not so much then. By the way, it looks like we're pretty solidly in the playoffs. If we win 100 games and we're not in the playoffs, then I think there's a little something wrong there. I'm assuming we're going to win 100 games. I'm not 100% sure, but we're probably going to win 100 games, and we're going to make the playoffs, and hopefully we can, get a ride in the playoffs. So one thing about this team is we're very, very heavy in pitching. I mean, we're first in ERA, and there's 3 pitchers in the 90s on my team, and then like 2 pitchers, like one other pitcher is like a high 80, and then the other one, like I think Ross Detweiler is like a low 80, but he's like the only one with over a 4 ERA. Everybody else has under a 4. And I think there's 3 of us that have under a 3 ERA. So, and the first half of the season really wasn't a very good first half. I struggled quite a bit. I was up into the high 3s. And for the people over in Europe and everything that don't really understand baseball that much, ERA is earned run average. So, say you give up 2 runs over 6 innings, that would be a 3 ERA. It's based on like a lot of calculations. Basically, you don't really know until you look at the scoreboard. Unless you're very, very, very good with math, it's a very difficult thing to realize, especially when you're getting into like 3rd innings. So say I got, like, for example, right now I am through 2 1/3 innings. Basically right now I have a 0 ERA because I haven't given up a run. But if I were to give up a run right now, I would have like a 3.4 ERA, something like that, somewhere in that ballpark anyway. Holy cow, who is from first base? Was that like Michael Bourne or something? I don't know. He had a 97 speed and a 94 base running. Surprised he didn't steal off me. Everybody steals off me. I don't know how to pitch. I know how to pitch out, but I don't know how to throw the ball over to first base. But up to bat right now, and it gives me a curveball away. And so what I wanted to talk about is the Xbox One. And the Xbox One, so if we're talking straight up hardware, the PS4 is tiny bit better. DDR5 is a little bit better than DDR3. The processor is overclocked compared to, say, the Xbox for the PS4. So the PS4 is overclocked. It's not really overclocked. The way it's clocked is a little differently. The PS4 is clocked at 2 gigahertz, and that's pretty much the same thing. The APU is overclocked, which is basically all the components mixed into one. So, here we go. This is the part I'm talking about. Listen to whenever I pitch the ball, and listen. Oh shit. Okay, so did it. So when it hits the bat, it does not make the pop. You know what I mean? Like it's difficult to explain completely. Like you cannot hear the pop when it hits the mitt. And for most people, it's probably not that big of a deal, but it's something that's I don't. It's like the things that we look at in Call of Duty. Like, is it really a big deal that one gun is better than the others? Which in the Black Ops 2 now, it's not really the case. There's really no huge dominant gun anymore, which I don't know. Like, what Call of Duty hasn't had at least that one dominant gun? I don't know. Like, it's very frustrating. And so, go back to Xbox. The APU is overclocked to 1.6 gigahertz, and the PS4 is 2.0. So there's it doesn't sound like much in like 0.4 of a gigahertz. Doesn't really sound much to, say, your average Joe that doesn't know too much about computers and stuff. But 0.4 gigahertz, it's a considerable amount. It's a noticeable amount, and they might get a double off the wall here. Oh, chased it down. Thank you. So that's one thing that it's gonna be a complete turnaround. Like, if the Xbox never specified what kind of GPU that's gonna be in it. It's something that is up in the air right now. The only thing they really announced was what kind of APU it's going to be, which is going to be run off the AMD Jaguar, which is the same as the PS4, but which is going to be really nice for porting. Now, that's another question that we're going to have is how well are they going to be able to port to the PS4? I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but there still is going to be a port. I just gave up home run, guarantee it. I give up that home run every single time. Every game I give up one of those home runs. It's like a hanging circle change. Just hangs right over the plate. But with, I forget what I'm talking about now. There's going to be a difference, and you know, the GPU is it's going to be different. But I don't know how much of a difference it's going to be. And if it's really going to be that much of a difference, then I don't know. Maybe the PS4 will have that edge. Also, another thing that Xbox has is 32 megabytes of dedicated RAM to the GPU. So, what that means is like 32 megabytes. That's like nothing really. But that might be the difference between the DDR5 RAM that the PS4 has and the DDR3 RAM that the Xbox has. So DDR5 runs faster, but it takes a little bit longer for you to process it. It has a really high bandwidth, and it takes a little time. I did not get that ball. I thought that first baseman was going to get it and second baseman was going to come over. But like I said, it just takes a little bit more time. He's running, and he's going to be safe. Guarantee it. Yep. They steal off me every game. It's just nothing I can do. And like I said, with the DDR5 RAM, it just takes a little bit more time to process. But with that being said, it's not really that big of a deal, because DDR5 RAM is going to run faster, and it's going to make everything run smoother. And I'm really, really excited to see both platforms. I want to see, I really want to see both. And if I get the chance to, you know, it's going to be an amazing experience. But the question comes is, roster 1082, what are you going to get? I don't know. I think I'm going to base a lot off of E3. And what E3 brings out is going to be something that I'm going to be looking into a lot. I would love to go to E3, but it's not going to happen. Work and everything is just a huge, huge deal right now, and it's only a couple weeks away. So hopefully we find out that both systems run flawlessly and they work perfectly fine. I would hate to see one of the systems like completely demolish the other system just because of the fact that I want there to be that competitivism. And one thing that I've noticed with the Xbox is they want exclusives, exclusives, exclusives. So all these wonderful, great-looking games that they're going to be putting out, which I mean, Forza 5, I think it's going to be the new Forza. I mean that's obviously been a Xbox exclusive before, and everybody expects that to be their game. But when it comes to some of the, they said that they have 8 brand new titles. 8 brand new titles. That means that there's going to be 8 brand new titles that are only on the Xbox, and there's not going to be a PS3. And I saw, like, a PS3 convention, they had they had a few exclusives that were pretty cool. But with that being said, a lot of them, other than like the indie games and stuff like that, were exclusives that have been around, like Infamous, and stuff like that. Like Drive Club is one of the big things that I'm looking at right now, and I don't know. I can't decide because I'm not a huge Forza fan. Also, I'm not sure about a first-person like driving game. It's something that's completely different than what we're used to, and if it's the way that they're anticipating it, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. It sounded amazing. Like if you were to listen to it with a headset on, like you could tell they did their audio editing, everything, to where it's not just the sound of the stadium or the arena that they were in, and it sounded amazing. Like the rev of the engine and everything like that, just it blew me away, and I think it blew a lot of people away because that was the first look into a next-gen console, and that was one of the things that everybody was talking about after it was all said and done, was that game. And that game has a lot of publicity for it, and it's going to be one of their bigger selling games when the console comes out. But it's confirmed that the new Call of Duty and Call of Duties of the future will be DLC early for Xbox. And I mean, I understand that Xbox and Activision have had this partnership for a long time, but from a PS3 lover, I don't want to say lover, but like person that plays PS3 and has been playing PlayStation since PlayStation 1 and playing, the Sony games that you love, like Spyro, and those games are what built Sony. And if Sony doesn't want to put their money into those type of games, or like into Call of Duty, that's fine with me. But I don't think it should be a month early, because what was the last map pack that came out for Modern Warfare 3? Like, I think the non-premium PS3 users could not get it until Black Ops 2 was out. If I'm not, I could be mistaken, but I didn't personally buy it. But I think the last map pack that came out, you could not buy it until Black Ops 2 had already been out. And that to me is ridiculous in a marketing standpoint. The fact that you cannot buy something until a next-gen console or next-gen game comes out. It makes this point. I mean, if you're talking like Battlefield or something like that, I mean, it makes sense that they have a year and a half of DLC, just because of the fact that they make a game every 2 years. I know it's not gonna be that way this year because they finally came back to the old system, and it actually makes sense. But you gotta look at it at this point that the people that are Call of Duty lovers, they're gonna be looking at Xbox. Also, I mean, I've even really touched about the dashboard and all the things that the dashboard can do. Like, the dashboard is going to be one of the either overhyped things about the new console or the, how do I put it? Like, how is that a fair ball? Wait, how is that a fair ball?
Well, I'm not really sure what he's swinging at right here. As you can see, this pitch looks to be.
Oh, okay, it wasn't. He just struck out. All right. So they're gonna call me out on an error, or basically an error. But all right, so I'll talk about the dashboard in another video. But until then, I'll see you guys later. And I don't know. So let's see. I gave up 1 run over what, 6 1/3 or 2/3. So they pretty much pull you out if you get to the 7th inning and you give up a hit, which I didn't give up a hit. I struck him out, but it's whatever. Tyler Cooper's going to come on. He's got a 2.69 ERA, and he's been a pretty beast for us this year. And then we'll have Rafael Soriano come up for closing, and hopefully he can close out this game, and I get to win. It'd be nice if we go 15-7 right now, and that's one thing I've noticed about this team is we are, like I said, a very... Oh, shit. They just gave up a home run. Dang. Let's see if we don't lose at least. Oh, did we hit a home run? Yeah, Bryce Harper. Thank you. We're going to win. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. So it looks like that's probably going to be the final. It's 3-2 with us leading. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Oh, we won 3-2. Alright, so like I said, I'll see you guys later in another video. I'll talk a little bit about the dashboard for the Xbox. And if you guys, like I said, if you guys want to see anything more about the Xbox, you can go over to GameSpot, and they have the full conference on there. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. Hey guys, so this is basically the end here, and what's gonna happen is I only have 5 days until my goal is over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate up until then, and it's going to come to the end of the goal. And would you like to view it? Yes. So I had a 195 average, and I only allowed 7 earned over, I don't know, something like pretty good amount. But so basically we'll go over to the messages. They just tell me a little bit about myself, which I understand. You go to your advancement goals. I have no goals because of the fact that it's really close to the playoffs time. We only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only have about, I only have about 2 starts probably, maybe 3 until the playoffs start. So let's go into the standings. Let's see here. We've clinched a playoff berth. It doesn't say we apparently have not clinched the division yet, but we have clinched a playoff spot, and that's awesome. Looks like the Braves are probably going to get the wild card. Yeah, it looks like, and the Brewers. So Cubs are about a game and a half back from the Brewers, so we could see a Cubs Brewers series here at the end, and it's nice to see the Cubbies winning, and we'll see how that pans out. The National League wild card there. I think the Braves are probably a little bit more of a deserving team. Okay, I mean, Cubs are the worst team in baseball apparently. That's awesome. But like I said, this is the standings right now. Dodgers look like they're probably going to creep into the playoffs at a pretty dismal record, considering they're the 3rd best team in the majors. But there's the Reds, Brewers. So really, the Reds still could miss the playoffs. They could miss the playoffs still, and heck, the Cardinals even still have a chance to get in the playoffs. But like I said, we are clinched, and there's a Rays that are gonna win that division probably. Oh, wait. How is that the same record? Oh, that's the wild card. Never mind. So apparently, let's see here. Let's ramble on a little bit more. Rangers are pretty dismal record considering their 2nd overall team. Looks like the Tigers are probably going to win the Central. The White Sox 67-83. Blue Jays. Okay, so the Blue Jays and Rays are pretty much tied up here. and that's gonna be a pretty tough series. But I think pretty much whoever doesn't win the division is gonna make the playoffs. I don't think there's any way that they're not gonna make the playoffs, just because of the fact that they are both pretty far ahead in terms of the wild card. They're about 8 games, somewhere around there, ahead. So that's all I'm gonna leave you guys off with tonight. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, we're just trying to die some legends. If they ain't with us, then forget 'em. Yeah, we're just trying to die some legends. If they ain't with us, then forget 'em. So put your hands up, throw them A's in the air if you had enough. If you just kept going when the road was rough, now the work that you're putting in adding up. Yeah.